Hi, my name's Ollie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to tell you how you can buy Bitcoin easily in the UK off of two different platforms. If you enjoyed this video, then I'd really appreciate an early thumbs up as it really helps with the YouTube algorithm so that my content can reach more people. Also, please subscribe and press the bell icon to be notified of the latest videos as I upload content every week on personal finance and investing, and also how you can reach financial freedom. Please note the information in this video is not intended to be investment advice, and if you do want investment advice, then you should seek a licensed professional. Also, past performance is not indicative of any future results. Now, before I get stuck into this video, I want to say that there is a load more people on YouTube who will go into more depth about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies than what I will do on this video. And I'm not in any way claiming to be a guru or an expert on this subject, as it goes massively in depth. So this video is just meant as a basic way to show you how to purchase Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. If you do want to go into more depth, then there's a guy I'd recommend you check out on YouTube whose channel goes under the name of Coin Bureau. I've watched a few of his videos and they're all very informative and very in-depth. Now, I will break this video into sections, so if you want to jump ahead, then I will put the timestamps below this video, but I recommend that you watch the whole thing through as you may learn a few things along the way. So I'm going to presume the majority of you know what Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are, as you are interested in purchasing them. But for those who don't know what it is, I will give you a brief rundown. So Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are generally considered as a virtual currency that is not owned or ran by a specific government or a bank. Bitcoins are created by mining them using computers that solve complex algorithms and are rewarded for doing so with cryptocurrency. Currently, there is about 18.6 million Bitcoins in circulation, and once the mining is complete, there will only be 21 million in circulation. But they don't expect this to happen until 2140 because mining gets harder as time progresses. So this is something to consider, as supply and demand will definitely affect the price of Bitcoin, and there is definitely a lot of people who are holding Bitcoin and are not planning to sell anytime soon. Currently, at the time of recording this video, one Bitcoin is about 47,000 US dollars. But luckily you can purchase portions of a Bitcoin rather than having to fork out $47,000 in one go. When you create a transaction, they must be verified by miners and then appear on a publicly distributed ledger called the blockchain. And the blockchain contains every Bitcoin transaction ever created on it. So some people even see Bitcoin as a bit of a commodity rather than a currency, but we're not going to go into that discussion here today. Also, you may read online that it's a bit of a scam, but I can confirm right now that it is not a scam. Now, before we progress any further with this video, I must reiterate how volatile Bitcoin is. And it's probably one of the most volatile assets I've ever seen. It may even be the most volatile asset that exists. I don't actually know. If anyone knows that, then please let us know in the comments. And yes, you can make a lot of money on it, but just like anything where you can make a lot of money on it, you can also lose a lot of money on it. And in the past, Bitcoin has lost 50 to 90% of its value in a very short period. And this has happened 4 to 5 times in the past already. So I must reiterate, you should only invest what you would be willing to lose. But as you can see, it has bounced back every time in the past, and that is why we're currently sitting where it is today. So why has it surged in the past year? Now, there's probably numerous reasons for this, but I think one of the main reasons is due to a number of large companies buying into Bitcoin. So last year, Square and PayPal bought into Bitcoin, and as of this week, the reason why we're at the 47,000 price that we are now is due to Tesla converting $1.5 billion worth of their cash balance. So these big companies buying into it is slightly different to the past, whereas now we have a lot of big companies backing the digital currency. So you have a few options when you want to buy cryptocurrencies, or specifically Bitcoin, and I'm going to go into 2 of them in today's video. When you're deciding where to purchase your Bitcoin from, if you don't decide to use the ones I'm recommending in this video, either way, you want to buy it on a secure website that is not going to be hacked and an established platform that is not going to steal your money or your Bitcoins. Depending on where you are in the world, such as the US, you may already be able to use PayPal or Square's Cash App to buy Bitcoin directly. But unfortunately, I'm in the UK where neither of these are available at the time of recording this video. Also, if you're in the UK, then unfortunately Trading 212 and Free Trade do not offer Bitcoin. So I'm going to show you two ways. Firstly on eToro, and then secondly using Coinbase. So I'm going to cover the pros and cons of each of these. So the reason why I would choose eToro is because it is my broker of choice, and it really does make it simple to purchase Bitcoin. And it's also great for stocks and other assets. So if you haven't already got an account, it makes it easy to purchase these if you wanted to dabble with these at a later date. But either of these platforms will work, so it is completely up to you. So the only con of purchasing it on eToro is it's treated more like an asset, and you aren't actually given a specific wallet address with the main eToro website. So as you'll see when we come on to Coinbase, the traditional way of storing cryptocurrencies is in a wallet. Now, the main eToro website itself abstracts away from this, so you aren't given a wallet address on etoro.com. You can cash out your Bitcoin and hopefully take away your profit. If you wanted to purchase something with your Bitcoin or transfer it to a friend, you can't do it directly off of etoro.com. But that's not saying that you can't do it. They do have an eToro wallet platform where you can transfer it to, which is another platform that they own. And unfortunately, I would like to show you how to transfer your Bitcoin from etoro.com to the eToro wallet, but I currently live in an area where this is not possible. As of December 2020, the eToro wallet is available in all of these countries here, but it just so happens where I live is not on this list. So I would suspect the majority of people would be able to do this, but I will put this link in the description below the video so you can check this in more detail yourselves. But one thing to bear in mind is that even though people call it a cryptocurrency, a lot of people actually treat Bitcoin like an investment or an asset. And this is because a transaction is not actually very quick and can take on average about 10 minutes, but this can also vary. So I'm going to show you now how you can actually purchase Bitcoin on eToro easily. So I'm going to do this on my virtual account here. So I'm going to presume that you have deposited funds. If you haven't already deposited funds, then you would click this button down here, and then there's numerous ways you can do that, and I'm sure you can find one that suits you. So once you've got a balance in your account, then normally when you log in, you wouldn't actually be on this page. So you would search for either Bitcoin up here and find it, and then it will bring you to this page, and then you can press on this trade button here. So once you're on this page here, you've got the option to buy or sell. We want to buy Bitcoin. Selling is shorting, and I'm not going to go into that in this video. If you want to know more about that, I do have another video on that subject, which I'll put a link to up here and down below. And then you've got on the right here at the top, you've got the option for trade or order. Now, I'm not going to go into that in depth in this video. Again, I've got another video on this subject, which I'll put the link to up here and down below. But as a brief overview, trade is you're saying that you're happy to accept whatever the market rate is now. Order is you specifying, well, I'd be happy to pay this rate, and you will only get the Bitcoin if it actually reaches that rate. But like I said, I've got a video which goes in more depth to it if you want to check that out. So now you've got the option for the amount here, and we can say that we are going to purchase, say, $1,000, and that would be equivalent of 0.02 units. And if you wanted to specify the number of Bitcoins, you could flip this over to units, and we would see that $1,000 is about 0.02 of a Bitcoin. But it's worth bearing in mind that the minimum amount on eToro that you can purchase is $25 US. So I'm going to say let's purchase $1,000, and then we know exactly what we're getting. Depending on where you are in the world, you may actually get the option for leverage here, and also to set a stop loss and take profit. Now, while the stop loss and take profit aren't available on this screen here, we can set them afterwards. But I would highly recommend not using leverage on cryptocurrency, because it's a wild enough ride as it is without even adding leverage to it, and you would be risking losing a whole lot more money. If you don't know what leverage is, then I have a video on the subject which I'll put a link to up here and down here, but as a brief overview, you're basically borrowing money from eToro to increase your exposure to the market. So I'm actually going to flip this back to a trade because I just wanted to process straight away here now. And I'm going to say buy $1,000, which will get me 0.02 units, and we are going to open the trade here. So you'll see down there it says buy position opened at $47,000. And then you may be asking, why is there a difference in the price between why it said 47,000 and that says 46,000? So that is actually the sell price, which you'd get when you're shorting. We paid the buy price. Like when you go to buy currencies, if you're going on holiday, there's a buy and a sell price, and that is the spread that eToro charges. So now if we go to our portfolio, we can click on Bitcoin here. Now this is my virtual account, and I have actually purchased Bitcoin in this virtual account in the past. So down at the bottom here, you can see there is a trade for $1,000, and I opened it at 47,096, and we've got 0.02 units. If we actually click on it, you'll see it's actually 0.021233. And now that we've clicked on this, we do actually have the option for setting a stop loss and a take profit. But it is worth bearing in mind that the minimum stop loss that you can set is 25%. So no SL means no stop loss. Again, I have a video which I go into depth on what take profit and stop loss is, which I'll put a link to up here and in the description. But as a brief overview, stop loss and take profit is a way you can tell eToro to cash out a position on your behalf if the price reaches a certain point. So I highly recommend you go check out my video on that. But if, say, for example, you wanted eToro to cash out your position when Bitcoin reach 50K, then you would do that, and basically it's saying it's 6.17% of the position. You can flip that over to an amount, and that would say you're getting $61.66 of profit. And basically it's the inverse for the stop loss, and this is an amount that you're willing to lose before eToro close out the position. So I'm going to say I'm happy to lose $500, which is 50%. But again, I highly recommend you go check out my video, which goes into depth on this subject. So if we click update, you can now see down the bottom that it has changed, and if we were to drill into that again, you can see that it now has a stop loss and take profit set. So as far as I'm aware, that functionality doesn't actually exist on Coinbase. So this is one of the pros of eToro also. If you want to sign up to eToro and haven't already signed up, then I will leave my affiliate link down below this video, where if you do sign up, I will get a kickback, and it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it helps support this channel. The minimum deposit for eToro is generally $200, but that varies by country. So I'll put a link to the minimum deposit page in the link below this video. Now, the other route to go down if you don't fancy signing up to eToro is using a site like Coinbase, and there's other sites similar to this. So I also use another one called blockchain.com. So the pros of using Coinbase is that if you wanted to pay for something using your cryptocurrency, then you could do it from Coinbase. Another pro of Coinbase is that they have a wide variety of cryptocurrencies on there. But if you don't know much about a specific cryptocurrency, I highly recommend you do your research, because they all have their own differences, which I'm not going to go into in this video, because there are hundreds, if not possibly thousands, of cryptocurrencies in the world. Also, one of the other pros of using Coinbase is that their minimum purchase amount is actually £2. But it is worth bearing in mind that the cons of Coinbase is that their fees are generally considered higher than most. So if you were to purchase £2 worth of Bitcoin, then about a pound of it is actually going to be in fees. And it's worth always doing your research on fees. But basically it says Coinbase fees may vary based on your location, payment method, and other circumstances. And they've got a few examples here, but obviously the more you buy, the cheaper it is. So like I said before, if you're buying less than $10, then the fee is 99p or 99 cents. And then this goes up depending on how much you want to actually buy. But also bear in mind, eToro is not without fees also. And as you can see here, this discusses the spreads that I was talking about before. And eToro does also have a withdrawal fee, because all platforms have to make their money in one way or another. If you want to learn more about eToro's fees, then I actually have a video on that subject also, which I'll put a link to up here and in the description. So unfortunately, the comparison of the fees is not straightforward. So which platform you want to use to purchase your Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies is going to be down to yourself in the end. But if you do want to purchase Bitcoin on Coinbase, then what you would do is go to the following here. So when you log in, you would see the following screen here. And it is very simple. You can literally just press the button at the top here that says buy, and I'm going to say let's buy £5 worth of Bitcoin. It's a one-time purchase, and then when you hit preview buy, it does give you a breakdown of the fees you will be charged. So as you can see there, the purchase that I'm actually getting is £4.01 worth of Bitcoin, and the fee is 99p, and it comes to a total of £5, and that's how much Bitcoin I'm getting. So I'm not actually going to buy that now, but if you did want to buy that, then all you have to do is press buy now, and that would appear in your wallet. And to see that, you would then go to your portfolio, and as you can see here, I've got £25. If you do decide to purchase Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies from Coinbase, then there's a link down below this video where if you do use it and purchase $100 worth of crypto, both me and you will get $10 worth of free Bitcoin. So it's worth doing if you don't already have a link. So you may be wondering, is it the right time to purchase Bitcoin now? And unfortunately, I do not have the answer to that question. Otherwise, I would be a multimillionaire driving around in a Lamborghini. So while I haven't purchased any Bitcoin recently, I do hold Bitcoin. I did purchase some back when the price was between $7,000 and $12,000. And no, I didn't unfortunately purchase a whole one, which I massively regret now. But when it comes to the stock market or cryptocurrencies, it's always better to regret that you didn't buy enough rather than regretting buying an asset overall. But one thing to bear in mind is that if you purchase cryptocurrencies, then it is massively volatile. If you had purchased Bitcoin in March of last year when the Rona kicked off, you could have got one Bitcoin for $4,000. So if you look at that where it is now, you would have over 10x'd your return on that. So that is absolutely mad gains. And there are definitely people around who think Bitcoin could go to 100K. And there was one analyst from, I think it was Bloomberg, a few weeks or a month back, who had a price target of $140,000 for one Bitcoin. And generally price targets are set 12 months in advance. So who knows? But like I said earlier, you should only invest money that you are willing to lose, because Bitcoin is so volatile and the price can fluctuate thousands in one day. It's unlike any other asset. So I advise you not to keep an eye on the price all day long, as it may make you turn grey well before your time. So I personally would not put your life savings or remortgage your house just to buy Bitcoin, and always diversify your portfolio so that if one of your assets does flop, then hopefully it will be balanced out by the others. So do you guys hold Bitcoin? If so, what price did you get in at? Please let us know in the comments, and let us know if you plan to buy more, or you're planning to hold for the foreseeable future, or it's reached a point now where you're happy to sell. I'd love to know what you guys are thinking. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to buy Bitcoin in the UK. If you have, then I'd really appreciate a thumbs up, as it helps support this channel. Also, for those who are interested in signing up to eToro and haven't already, but would like to play around with eToro without actually using any real money, then you can do that using my affiliate link down below, where they will give you a demo account with $100,000 of fake money to play around with, so you can learn about how eToro works. If you want to learn more about how eToro works, or learn more about personal finance and investing, then I recommend you go check out my channel, as I have numerous videos on the subject and I upload new content every week. So please press the bell icon so you're notified of any future updates. It's been Ollie from Get Geek Finance. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.